A very good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen. Habari ya asubuhi. Still the East African T20 Challenge here at Florida Cricket Oval. Match day number 10. It is the encounter between Satima and Kilimanjaro. Let us see what happened at the toss.
This is the second game on match day number 10 of the East African Safari here at Florida Cricket Oval. And it will be a match happening between Mt.Kirimannjaro and Mt.Satima. The two captains are here with me, Peter Ochen, the captain for Mt.Kirimannjaro, Akram Nsobuga, the captain for Mt.Satima, and the match umpire, Elizabeth Nakibule. We've come here for the toss. Heads is the call. And heads it is Akram. You've won the toss. What are you going to be doing first and why?
We are going to bowl first. We want them to set less than 100 so that we just come and chase it.
Yesterday we were not around and your team didn't come out of the blocks. What will be the plan and how is the mood like in the camp?
Like today, I talked to the boys, then I just told them we just switch on so that we'll be ready for today's game.
Congratulations. All the best in the game.
Thank you.
Peter, if you had gotten a chance of winning the toss, what were you going to do first and why?
I would bat pass, as usual, come and put on a score which we can defend. So I think it is a fair toss.
Three of your gun players, Okwalinga, alongside Robert Owili being a few of those who are not around, what should you expect from you going into this match?
Yeah, it's normal things just because I have the boys there. They always come and back them up. So I'm sure that they are aware the other two are not there. So I hope they will come and put on a good score.
All the best in the match.
Thank you.
And that is the news coming from the center. Mt.Satima has won the toss and opted to bowl first.
Yes, and a look at the Kilimanjaro squad there. Peter Ochen, captain. Adam Huzaifa, Augustine Mujudi, Haddad Chiberu, John Powaswa. Jovan Komagum, Julius Okema, Martin Boji, Mwanje Nassa, Kavma and Raymond Kagera. Satima is Amidu Chaya, Eddie Agaba, Kakaire Geoffrey, London Humumuza, Victor Mugisha, returning captain Subuga Akram, Mitali Ethan, Trevor Ngoli, Viglio Deke, Kato Ronald, and Nathan Serunjoji. Mt.Satima coming off that loss to Mount Karisimbi yesterday on match day number 9, hoping to make amends. Conrad Lubwama there on top of the MVP charts, followed by Balida Ali away on under 19 duty, Pole Metu, Roberto Willia as well away, Geoffrey Kakaide, Emmanuel Okalinga featured in the morning, and the bowlers there, Richard Sohera, man who was a 6-fer, Jovan Komagum, Hemanti Rani, Ali Balidawa, Hariom Duderia, his impressive bowling earning him a call to the under 19 training camp. Plenty of action coming your way this afternoon, and the teams all jostling for position. As you look at that log, Mt.Kirimannjaro played 6-1-6 on 12 points, net run rate of 2.707, followed by Mount Meru played 7-1-5, 10 points, 0.395. Mt.Satima 7-1-3, lost 4, 6 points, 0.279. Karisimbi played 6-1-2, lost 4. The umpires, Hope Tandeka and Elizabeth Nachibule, make their way to the center, and we will be bowling off anytime soon. My name is Solomon Lubwama Chigozi, and I will be keeping you company, speaking and talking about the action out there in the middle. Richard Sohera missing out in the team for Mt.Satima, away on under 19 duties. This tournament obviously sponsored by our premier brand Dafabet, together with Kingsley Children's Hospital Mukono, organized by Mukono Cricket Community, Deep End Sports TV and Deep End Sports Media, the broadcasting and streaming partners. Everything, of course, being overseen by Cricket Uganda. Plenty of cricket. And it will be Julius Openjimungu opening the bat together with Martin Boji. Akram Subuga with the ball. Starts off with the wide there. The appeal is loud. Openjimungu planting his foot, but missing contact with the ball. And Subuga Akram. And oh, that looked good. But it was to the umpire. It might have been pitching from outside of leg stump. The ball swinging early on. The sun has come out to play and temperatures are quite very hot. Eddie Agaba at mid-on, off, I beg your pardon. Cuts off that one. Wrapping the pads is Akram Subuga, but Openjimungu finally gets off strike to bring Martin Boji, who will be facing his first ball of the innings. Previous encounter between these two teams, so Robert Owili putting on a show, scoring an almost half century, departing for 46 runs, but missing out in the squad today, also on under 19. The appeal is loud. Training camp duties. The appeal is loud. Turns onto that short ball there, Boji, to get off the mark. Quite over it's been, except for those wide extras. Subuga causing lots of problems for Openjimungu. and dot ball to close out that over. 4 runs coming off that first over. No wickets lost. And I want to remind you, our dear viewers, Uganda being a premium tourist destination, we are home to the Mount Rwenzori Rangers, one of the teams taking their name off that. And if you want to find snow at the equator, that is where you will find it, on the Mountain Rwenzori Ranges. The Pearl of Africa Trade Tourist Exhibition Poate 2026 taking place at Speak Resort Munyonyo. Please go out and check out the Cricket Uganda stall FG19. Mitali Ethan coming in from the forest end. A lazy effort from the man at covers. Doesn't chip in a dive. Mitali Ethan turns out for Mukono Cricket Development side in the Cricket Uganda T20 and 50 over league. A strike bowler for that side. The line to the left-hander giving him problems to find. Persisting with the line, he should be bowling to the right-hander. Changes to right arm round now. And gets the first wicket there. Good bowling there from the young man. A change of sides brings a change of fortunes. And the first wicket falls after 1.2 overs. Julius Openjimungu departs for 1. That ball straight up and non-swinging whatsoever. Openjimungu tries to drive, creating room on the leg side. Middle stump uprooted, and it is happy days for Mt.Satima. Celebration time for the young man, shot number 5, Ethan Mitali. And I had a conversation with this captain, Sobuga, yesterday. He came to bowl later on, and his captain uploaded his effort in yesterday's encounter against Mouse Karisimbi, despite that loss, and realizing that he's a strike bowler, bringing in the top overs. We have seen Geoffrey Kakaire opening the bowling for Satima oftentimes, but the young man getting the nod this time. 6 for the loss of 1 after 1.2 overs. We will play the full allotted 20 overs, weather permitting, but I tell you what, the sun is out and there will be nowhere to hide for any of the sides featuring Mt.Kirimannjaro, missing the services of Robert Owiri, Adam Huzaifa has done more bowling than batting in this tournament. Now with the opportunity to face some balls. Playing and missing Huzaifa, and you feel that he's a candidate for caught behind. Amiri Ochaya taking the gloves this time round instead of Viglio Deke. Final ball of the over. What a line. I beg your pardon, that was ball number 4. Yes, he bowled a wide in this over. And he will be bowling the final ball. Great lines early on in the proceedings from Ethan Mitali. The young man making that ball talk. The dancing by the batter reflects that. After 2 overs, it is 6 for 1 for Mt.Kirimannjaro. Martin drives it through the covers for the first boundary of this encounter. That ball angling back in, but in the slot, powerfully struck, beating the ring to race away to the boundary rope. This time cutting it, they ran the first one very quick. And they will pick up 2 there for off that ball. Good touch shown already by Martin Boji. Very good technique there from Boji. Martin watching the ball carefully, putting away those that are pitched up, and good running with Huzaifa. Huzaifa playing and missing to that one. Hasn't looked comfortable. And every time you play and miss, it doesn't bode well for your confidence. So before he thinks about the business of putting balls away, needs to get that bat to bowl. Tired shot. Call it a lazy shot. And Huzaifa will depart. Akram Subuga picking up his first wicket. The second one for his side. And as you will see in the highlight, Huzaifa head falling back with the foot planted. Head falls back there. Doesn't middle it. Manages only a skyer to the man at mid-on. Didn't have to move an inch. Great captaincy there from Subuga Akram. deck's called. No, njagala okuyiga emiri. That wicket falling at the end of the over. After 3, it is 13 for the loss of 2 runs. I getting my figures all confused up, and I beg your pardon, but it should be 13 runs for the loss of 2 wickets after 3. Current run rate of just 4.33. Projected score well below the 100 mark by 13 runs, 87. Augustine Mujuni, the new man in. Martin Boji there, 9 in 5. With Owidi on the side, he has always come and played quite aggressively in the power play. Ethan Mitali will continue from the forest end, trying to bowl it wide away from the reach of Martin Boji. Martin Boji and Ethan Mitali, both students of the same school, St. Cornelius, Kalagala SS, found down the road there, about 4 kilometers away. Both turn out for Mukono Development. And look at that line. Making and asking the questions of the batters. Mitali, he has that good length. That ball kicking off the turf, unable to be driven away. But good stuff so far from the young man. Ethan Mitali will be the answer when he asks, "What's my name?" Martin Boji, who had a start, and you feel that the dot balls and playing and missing, playing with his mind, manages to feather one back to Amidi Ochaya, and Mitali will pick up his second. "13 for 3. And I tell you, Mt.Kirimannjaro are in deep trouble during this power play." Another look at that. Peter Ochen, the captain, makes his way into the middle, starts off with a dot ball. His colleagues must have told him that that ball is a dancing demon. Great swing there from the young man. Great pitch and line. Another dot ball, because Mitali Ethan is fielding off his own bowling, giving nothing away there. Another outside edge, but that ball falling harmlessly in gully. Peter Ochen finally off the mark. Final ball of this Mitali over, and it will be Augustine Mujuni facing his first ball. Trying to bowl a cutter there, but that ball continuing down the leg side for some extras to add to the total of Mt.Kirimannjaro. The appeal is more in hope than anything else, but pins Mujuni back, and a brilliant over there from Ethan Mitali to complete 4 overs, the score being 15 for 3. Mitali has bowled 2 so far and conceded 5 and picked up 2 magical figures there. And if I am his captain, I would choose to bowl him on the trot because he's bowling quite well so far. Akram Subuga continues from the highway end, coming to bowl his third. This opening pair of bowlers doing the work there. Played on the back foot by Peter Ochen. And that's just batting practice because no run off that. Ochen finding contacts with the bat but playing that into the surface, unable to put it away. 3 dot balls there. And what has he got as answer to the bowling of Nsubuga? The fielding now matching the bowling, nothing to give away whatsoever. Mugisha Victor out there at point makes that stop. A very good over so far from Subuga Akram. Cover point in business now. And I told you it is just batting practice for Peter Ochen. Final ball of the over. Opportunity to catch. That ball missing the diving hands of Viglio Deke. And it will be 4 runs. What a spell there from Akram Subuga. Diving effort from the keeper now in the field. Had he got that, Mt.Kirimannjaro would have been in deep trouble. But 20 for 3 after 5 overs. 1 more over of the power play to go. And Mitali Ethan, just like I predicted, continues with the ball. Splendid figures there from the opening pair of bowlers. Better fielding compared to yesterday. I told you that Akram Subuga leads his side from the front, quite athletic in the field, wears his hat on his sleeve, so you know what he is thinking all the time. But a better fielding display so far. Oh, slower ball there. Finally getting off the mark, Augustine Mujuni. Feathers 1 to Gali. And you'd feel that with the line and the way the ball is swinging, that a slip or Gali would not be out of place for the bowling of Mitali Ethan. Played down the line. Mid-off, patrolled by Eddie Agaba, one of the seniors on this team. Keeps it to a dot ball. Trying to go for the power there. Swing and a miss from Peter Ochen. Sometimes after batters have been subdued by bowlers, they try to reassert their authority by going hard. But Ochen should just watch the line of the young man. Using the feet there. No runs whatsoever. And that is quite frustrating when you feel like that you've struck that ball hard. But the young man using some soccer skills to keep it in check. Final ball of the over. And that will be that dot ball there. Figures that money can't buy for Italy, Mithan. Picked up 2 wickets, conceded 6 runs in his 3 at an economy of 3 per over. 6 overs of the power play completed, as umpire Hope Tandeka indicates. 21 for 3 for Mt.Kirimannjaro. Projected score now being 70, but against the match between Kilimanjaro and Renzori, they had quite a similar power play, but were able to accelerate later on in the game in the mid-overs and managed to post 149. So you still expect some batting in this lineup. You cannot count your chickens, but it will be a bowling change. Geoffrey Kakaire starts off with 1 in the block hole, coming from the highway end. A product of ginger, the ginger system, or the ginger hub. So is Eddie Agaba and Richard Sohera. A very, very good line adopted by Kakaire, bowling it into the block hole. Oh, frustration there on the face of Geoffrey Kakaire. That ball quick, thick edge there to missed by the keeper. Opportunity there, not converted. Played on the onside there by the long-livered Peter Ochen. And you feel that, yes, the slip and gully area is vacant, but the lines are fourth stump and within the attacking the wickets there. And you feel that Satima are bowling to a very, very good plan. And this is the time you wish you had plenty of pacers in your side, because they have done a very, very great job. Geoffrey Kakaere in business gets in on the action. Augustine Mujuni having to depart, bowled for a paltry 2 runs in 7 balls. Straight as an arrow, Kakaire bowls it. Mujuni trying to create room, driving with his feet nowhere near the pitch of the ball. And it is 4 wickets after 7 overs. 23 runs on board. Current run rate 3.29. The squeeze is on from Mt.Satima. The projected score falling further and further, 66. Now, 2 runs coming off that first Geoffrey Kakaire over. But it will be the turn of Eddie Agaba. Is that Eddie Agaba? No, it is London Muhumuza. Looks similar to Eddie Agaba. Sends out protection at long off, long on, cow corner. He's able to bowl that quick, and that is the Kilimanjaro dugout there. Perplexed at the moment at why runs are not coming, but I will tell you why they are not coming. Satima have bowled right on the money, giving no extras, picking up those wickets. Bowls it quick and flat, Muhanguze, and I think, yes, among the spinners would be the best placed if he could follow the same line that the pacers have bowled. He should be able to put on the squeeze furthermore. But they pick up 2 there. And is this the point where the shackles are released for Mt.Kirimannjaro?
The changes that have been made in that playing 11 for Mt.Kirimannjaro has really been the issue. Robert Owili, Colin Izokolinga both being unavailable today. And now Peter Ochen will be marshalling the troops to make sure that they do pick up the win. But a lot of work for them to do. And if you're Mt.Satima, you will be thinking that you can break this partnership, make sure that you invite Nathan Mopere to come in, because he is the other option. And for Kilimanjaro, when you look at their playing 11, if they can get to 100 runs, maybe they will have gotten something that they can maybe come out and defend. But now the man who just walked on, Raymond Kagera, will be facing for the very first time in this match. Projected score reading 68, not defendable.
That would be way, way below and would require about 3 per over. So, good bowling there, draws the man forward. Ball known there to be driven. And the approach should be that keep Kagera on strike for most of the over. Then the pressure will build. Ochen will find that he has to do some running, and all even finding the boundary, creating opportunities. Back-to-back dot balls, and the final ball of that over, well kept out by Raymond Kagera.
A brilliant over there from London Timothy Muhanguzi, just 3 runs. And at the end of the 8th, 26 for a loss of 4 is the score. This is match day 10 of the East African Safari, happening between Mt.Kirimannjaro and Mt.Satima. Kilimanjaro being the only team in this tournament, but today they are really not getting out of the blocks. Might result into a very bad outing for them.
Yes, the only unbeaten side, played 6-1-6. But down in the trenches today, because Satima have put on a good bowling display, and to Kagera now on strike, like I said previously, should have a very aggressive field. I think Kakaire can hit his lines, try to attack the stumps more, keep him on strike, consuming balls and increasing the pressure on Kilimanjaro.
Raymond Kagera yet to get off the mark. Beaten by the umpire there. Doesn't give it out. And it will be a dot ball, but it looked a little plumb there from Raymond Kagera because he had shuffled across the stumps.
Shuffle, bowled on the leg side there, and we have the replays. The umpire doesn't, and it is her sole responsibility to make those calls. Not the bowler, not the fielders, not even the batters. Kakaire bowling angry now. Opportunity to catch. Finds the gap via gully. Gets off the mark finally.
A little short and wide into the surface there by Kakaire, giving Raymond Kagera a chance to flex his arms and hit that one. Kakaire will be looking at adjusting the lines and making sure he bowls it a little closer. But a lot of batting responsibility rests on Peter Ochen. Slicing one through the cover area. But good work there from London Timothy Mhanguzi, cutting off the boundary, and they will only take a double.
A much better fielding display from Mt.Satima compared to yesterday when they were facing Karisimbi. Ivan, you would feel.
They've come out saying they need to bounce back to winning ways following yesterday's loss. They gave away so many runs. A first wicket stand of over 100 runs, but that quick ball there coming in from Geoffrey Kakaire misses the wickets, but some brilliant effort there from the young man in the deep. Nathan Mitali cutting off the boundary.
Great work there in the deep. That ball beating the batter, missing the wickets. Look at that dive in there by Ethan Mitali, committed to the cause.
Tries out a Yorker, but it will be a dot ball, bringing us to the end of the over. 9 overs have been bowled, and 31 for 4 is the score. Muhanguzi Timothy, London coming back into the attack. 3 runs off his first over. Beautifully hit there by Peter Ochen. Come quick, go quick. A little full and right in his hitting arc. Ochen hits it and it goes all the way straight for a maximum. What a beautiful looking pick-up shot there from Peter Ochen. Pumping on its bounce and swinging through the line. He knows his team must get runs around him. So he is not joking with the business here. And now the bowler already on pressure. His first ball being hit for 6. Sending that one right out, and work to do to try and retrieve the ball. But it was a good looking shot there from Peter Ochen. Managing to send it all the way to the boundary, and welcoming London Timothy Mhanguzi back in the bowling attack. A new ball there will be brought on. .37 now for 4. A little into the surface, but hit straight to the fielder, and they will only take a single. It's turning out to be a very brilliant passage of play there for Mt.Kirimannjaro, because they have started fading the runs. A bit stuck in his crease, Raymond Kagera. He has been missing out in action in the previous 2 games, and now today he returns. Another dot ball there for London Mhanguzi. Very, very good for him to keep the pressure on. He works that one around the pads, and it will only be a single that they do take. Final ball of the over hit, but there is a waiting fielder. It goes all the way, and it is a maximum. Peter Ochen starting off the over with a maximum and ending the over with a maximum. What a good looking shot there. He knows he has the task of scoring runs, and now Peter Ochen is going for those big hits. And as we come to the end of the 10th over, 45 for a loss of 4 is the score. Geoffrey Kakairo will be coming back into the attack there for Satima Mountain. He's so far gone for 6 in his first 2 overs, and now he comes bowling Raymond Kagera, who is on 2 of 9. Yoked and a single. Plays that one, and it will land safe just right behind the point fielder. And Peter Ochen will only get a single. He's been trying to show some bit of urgency and showing that he will try and get out of the blocks. The only issue with him has been timing and the way he swings through his bat. It is a single run that they do take. Beaten completely there, close to the blade, but a dot ball. Good line there, bowled by Geoffrey Kakaire. There was a noise, and yes, it is given by the umpire. Amiri Ochaya has already taken a catch right behind. In the end, a little nick there by Raymond Kagera and Ochaya with another grab. It is the 5th wicket that goes for Mt.Kirimannjaro. They have now lost half of their batters. A thinnest of feathers from the inside edge of the blade, and the wicket beautifully collected there by the wicket keeper. Look at that anticipation there from Amiri Ochaya. The ball continuing down the leg. Ochaya moving a few feet to get hold onto that opportunity, and now the 5th wicket goes 47 for 5. Chiberu Haddad is now the new batter in for Mt.Kirimannjaro to come and try and make sure that he finds the runs. 10.4 gone and 47 for 5 is the score. Geoffrey Kakere picking up his 2nd wicket in this match. Off the pads, backward of the square, and they will take the single. Final ball of the over. Traveling, volley and too quick. Peter Ochain saying, yes, we will try and fight and put runs on board. Hits that one back past the bowler, bringing up the 50 runs in this over. And as we come to the end of the 11th, 52 for 5 is the score. What a way to pick up the length there, the alignment. Everything looked nice there from Peter Ochain. Geoffrey Kakere will be happy that did not strike him because the ball was traveling too quick. And now we will be seeing Eddie Agaba coming in to bowl the 12th over of this game. 30 of 25. Peter Ochain, he's scored more than a half of the runs, whereas Adadi Chiberu is on 1 of 1. Unused yesterday with the ball, Eddie Agaba, and now he is the change. Leg spin is Eddie Agaba's trade. Starts with the pace of ball, and it will be a dot ball. There is an appeal, and the umpire raises up the finger. Adadi Chiberu leaving Ali, being sent for Annie Ali Shower. Trapped LBW there, Haddad Chiberu, and he goes without putting many for his team. Wickets are tumbling very, very quickly and in a very quick succession. Haddad comes, puts on 1 run, and Haddad falls, and it is the 6th wicket that goes. But a clear look at that replay there. He shuffled across the stumps, and was trying to play on the onside. Beaten all miles by the ball, and it is a wicket that falls.
A lone resistance there from Peter Ochen with his side in lots of trouble, but Nathan Mopere able to wield the bat. One drifting back inside there from Eddie Agaba. Trying to play across there. Hasn't worked out the bowler yet. A slight chuckle there from him, realizing that he was almost gifting his wicket away. But good stuff there, flighted by Eddie Agaba. Asks him to hunt. Final ball of the over. Good yoker there, but put away by Ochen to retain strike at the end of this over. "12 overs completed and 54 for the loss of 6 wickets. Mt.Satima winning the toss and choosing to bowl first, trying to restrict Kilimanjaro below 80, realizing that the big guns were away. And good captains there from Akram, choosing to bowl Kakaire on the trot. He has bowled quite well. Yes, been hit for a few boundaries, but he gives you that control. Able to get some dot balls. Right to the man at mid-off. No longer off there, trying to induce Ochen to go over mid-off, but plays it beautifully down the ground. Crisp sound of the bat against the ball, and a very interesting contest. Opportunity for ball and caught, but that ball surprising. Geoffrey Kakaire coming quick back to him, had it, and that is the shot that they want him to play. Go over mid-off. Without a diving effort, that ball will rest to the boundary. More runs for Peter Ochen and Mt.Kirimannjaro. Kakaire bowling up. Peter Ochen created room there. Opportunity to catch. That goes all the way for a maximum. Back to back boundaries there. "41 now for Peter Ochen in 30. And slight adjustments there in the field. The captain telling his bowler, keep pitching it up. Opportunity there. Miss hit there by Peter Ochen, and they pick up just one. And that is brilliant play, leaving just one for Nathan Mopere, the new batter, to face. Full there and kept out by Mupere. $65 for the loss of 6 after 13 overs. 7 more overs to play with. Some acceleration there from Peter Ochen. The run rate now at 5. At one point it was just below 3. And the projected score being squarely at 100. Kakaire had a good spell, bowled 4, picked up 2 wickets, conceded 24 at an economy of 6. Eddie Agaba will continue from the Forest end. Of course, this Florida Cricket Oval found within the tourism belt. Good ball there from Agaba. Ochen unable to put it away. And that traditional expected dummy bowling from Agaba. Opportunity there, Eskaya. Kakaire under it, but that ball is well beyond the boundary rope for the maximum. 2 away now from a half century. I believe that Ochen is having fun out there. Now going straighter. But that's just one, leaving him at 49. Didn't run, thinking that that ball will pierce the boundary rope. And with already 7 runs, you feel that Kilimanjaro have the upper hand. And that whip there from Nathan Mupere, use of the wrists to put that ball down to deep mid-wicket. The boundary riders will return with Ochen facing 1 away from a well-struck 50, but a rare dot ball in this over. And it will be the final ball of the over. Does he get his 50 now? Opportunity there. That ball going justly above the reach of the hands of Eddie Agaba, but certainly an opportunity. And 50 brings up 50 brought up by Peter Ochen after 14 overs. The score is 74 for the loss of 6.
A bit loose with his bowling display there. Eddie Agaba giving away men in that over. And Peter Ochen capitalizing on that opportunity, scoring that half century. You see that the only thing he was missing was the support from the maybe 30 which could have come from Collins Okwaling and maybe another 40 from Robert Owili. But he somehow made sure that out of the 74 runs that he do have as a total, as a team total, he has 50 of those in his name. He's really been striking the ball. Look at some of his highlights there. He's really been enjoying the bowling of some of this Eddie Agaba over, hitting him on the offside, hitting him on the on, and making sure that he makes many. 74 for 6. Feel that it is recovery done. And now we will be seeing Nathan Serujoji coming into the bowling attack.
A missed opportunity for cotton ball there by Geoffrey Kakaire, and you feel that they will come to rue that opportunity. Peter Ochen looking to carry his bat. Only one man has been able to carry his bat in this East African Safari T20 2026, and that is Paul Emetu, and on each occasion crafting a half century. Well, on the top end of the bowling chart, I beg your pardon, the batting charts, also doing damage yesterday against Satima to pick up Player of Match award. Opportunity there, and lazy from Muhanguzi. Another opportunity not taken. And you feel that the man who was coming in from who was facing that ball should have called to take it.
Yeah, clearly looked like Trevor Ngoli was the right man to take the catch. Not good work there from Mt.Satima. They are starting to lose it out. Remember against Mt.Kirimannjaro, they gave away so many wides and did it ball tidily at the back end of the innings, which costed them the game. But looks like they are on the same trial. Mt.Kirimannjaro not starting off with a good length. Beaten and stamped. It's an over out of nothing that comes from Mt.Kirimannjaro. But you'd feel that Peter Ochen has done most of the work. Maybe he left a little more to be done, but his 51 of 37 is really a solid contribution.
Good ball there from Nathan Serunjoji, seeing the advancing man. Bowls it wider, away from his reach. And Amidi Ochaya, with his trademark, waiting for the bowler, the batter to return to the crease to put off the bails. But good comeback there from Satima. You feel that Ochen had done the damage, now left to wrap up this tail end. Solid contribution there from Peter Ochen. As you look at his highlights, a man with the range, able to wield that blade going above the boundary ropes.
And now we see Giovanni Komago making his way to the crease. Very, very handy with the ball. But it is now time for him to contribute some runs, because you need runs if you come out and defend and bowl well to that total. So Giovanni Komagom is the new man in from Mt.Kirimannjaro. Kilimanjaro partnership between Peter Ochen and Nathan Peruk like was the partnership taking them to the 100-run mark. But in the end, Peter Ochen falling for 51.
Komagum not only adept with the ball, but a very capable fielder. The only man to take 5 catches in a match so far in this tournament against Mount Renzori. And a more attacking field set by Nsobuga Akram for Satima. And this should be the batter. They keep on most of the strike, trying not to concede as much, chew up the balls, all completely put him out of his misery, send him back to the hut. Dozy fielding there from Ngoli, and the ball has been following him throughout the innings, not coming to the party yet.
Yeah, on that instance, he was a little lazy getting the ball, and even the throw was very poor. But now Nathan Pere gets on strike, and right away, long off and long on go down. But it is a wicket. Nathan Pere going across the line, and he misses hitting that one. You miss a hit, and it is Nathan Serunjoji who rearranges the timber. It's the 8th wicket that goes. The over there looking so brilliant for Nathan Serunjoji. 2 wickets already in it with the ball to play. Kilimanjaro Mountain losing their 8th wicket.
Struggled with his lines earlier on, straightened that, able to praise Ochen out, and now also bowling better, straight and full. Mopede with his trademark, playing shots to the onside, misses that. Ball was there to be driven.
$78 for a loss of 8. You feel that the rebuilding job that has been done by Peter Ochen might go in vain. because it doesn't look like they will add many more runs from here on. One more to play in this over by Nathan Serunjoji. He's bowled 4 balls, picking up 2 wickets in those 4. Sorry, he's bowled 5 balls, picking up 2 wickets and conceding just 4 runs. But now the lights dimming for Mt.Kirimannjaro.
Had a very brilliant start within the power play, picking up 4 wickets. Akram Subuga and Ethan Mitali doing the damage there. Jovray Kakaili coming up also picking up wickets. The bowling unit has been quite good. The fielding, yes, has been okay compared to yesterday, and you feel that now all they are left with is to wrap up this tale.
Nasa Mwanje is the new batter in, but as we come to the end of over number 15, 78 for a loss of 8 is the score. Eddie Agaba back with the ball. Going across the line there. Jovan Komagom, but it will be a dot ball because he was right in his crease. On another occasion, he would be stamped. And it is a wicket that falls. Jovan Komagom just playing it straight to Trevor Ngoli, the man who was waiting there at mid-on, and it is another wicket that falls. It is the 9th wicket that goes for Mt.Kirimannjaro, and since the departure of Peter Ochen, wickets have been falling very, very quickly.
No power in that shot, only managing to sky it stemly to the waiting Trevor Ngoli. Played on the ground, it would have been safer, but 9 wickets falling now for Mt.Kirimannjaro. They will have to bowl out of their skin to be able to defend this, and you can never say never, because yes, they still have plenty of bowlers. Ochen will also come and bowl. Mupere bowls. Jovan Komagum, Raymond Kagera has not had much of a ball in this tournament.
And I think one of the things they will be looking at was getting close to the 100 runs mark. But unfortunately, their dream not coming true. John Paul Waswa is the new batter in, playing in a team that has his young twin brother. Waswa is the oldest of twins. His young brother Katoroni plays for Satima. And I'm hearing Akram Soga from where we sit telling Ronnie Kato that in the next over he will be bowling to try and make sure that you get that prize wicket of your elder brother Waswa, John Paul. But the two are twins, and they are really identical twins. But not sure if John Paul Waswa has never batted in this tournament can navigate this ball, because this team has always been completing all the overs and getting runs, then they come out and defend. Their tail has never been exposed to this extent.
True, and then we have a very aggressive field for Agaba still mid-on. That ball turning sharply in, wrapping the pads.
It kept a little low there from John Paul Waswa. It doesn't look so comfortable with the blade there, and Eddie Agaba is capitalizing on that chance. Now that is risky. You can't just throw your bat there. You need to make full movement and hit it away. But it is another dot ball. The entire field is in. They are all waiting to catch because they know Waswa might give them something. Very well solid with the defensive shot there. Looked good from the eyes. And it is a dot ball.
Sometimes the tail is quite frustrating if you do not bowl within the wickets. Misses the bat, misses the wicket. Great glove work there from Amidi Ochaya. 78 for 9 after 16. Projected score now just below 100 at 98. Mwanje, Nasa and John Paul Waswa at the crease. They have 4 overs, 24 balls to work with. And you would feel that as many runs as they can add to this total will be bonuses.
Not sure if they will add any more runs, but Akram Musobuga taking matters in his own hands. He now gets the ball to come and try and make sure that he does some bit of bowling for his team. Musobuga Akram has super bowled 3 overs, conceded 14 and picked up a single wicket, but now he has a chance of wrapping up the tail. And because he'll be bowling some bit of express pace, he introduces a fielder at third man, but the rest of all the other fielders are right inside to make sure that there are cutting options there for him. Goes down on one knee and hits that one on. Well hit. And they will take the single. Not sure if if Waswa John Paul can copy and paste. Wicket, no copy and paste whatsoever. It is a Yorker ball, and Akram Musobuga getting the ball was thinking that he would wrap up the innings, and he does it all out for just 79 runs. Mt.Kirimannjaro, the team that has won all their 6 games, a yoked ball there. And the eldest of the twins had no idea on how to play that one on. Furniture exposed, furniture rearranged by Akram Musobuga, and the innings wrapped up. 79 all out after 14.2 overs. Good work there done by Mt.Satima. They want the toss and opted to bowl first, and the bowling has will come to the party. And of the 79 runs that have been posted by Mt.Kirimannjaro, Peter Ochen scored 51 of those. Only Martin Woj with 9 and Raymond Kagara with 3 have gotten some runs. 2 wickets apiece for Akram Musobuga, Mitali Ethan and Geoffrey Kakaire. And we come to the end of the first innings. We will take a short break and we will return with the second innings of this game.
The umpires are back on the field. The batters make their way to the middle. It is the run chase coming up. 80 runs required in 120 balls for Mt.Satima to register and bounce back from that defeat yesterday. Plenty of bowling firepower. Adam Huzaifa, Peter Ochen, Jovan Kumagum, Nathan Mupere. The left-handed Ochema. So, not to mention Augustine Mujuni. So this is not a foregone conclusion. And Mt.Satima will have to earn this win. Done a good work in the first over, but it's the first ball. Great line there from Huzaifa Adam, stemming in from the forest end. Kakaire Joffrey facing. No ball there. Not a clean pick up there from the backup wicket keeper Raymond Kagera. Robert Owili usually taking the gloves for Kilimanjaro. The first runs on the board for Satima, but nothing yet off the bat so far. Amidi Ochaya and Kakaire, the opening pair. Sliced. And they pick up 2 runs there. Amidi Ochaya right off the mark. The sun is beating down mercilessly on the fielders there. Yesterday's downpour, now a distant memory. Huzaifa is bowling that ball way outside the reach of Amidi Ochaya. It's not a case of deja vu, but it is just the same shot being played to a similar kind of ball by Amidi Ochaya. And you feel that the wicket keeper is now right in the mix, because you will expect an edge. Amidi Ochaya trying to use the pace of the bowler to guide that ball through slips and gully, but that man is in there. That is the shot he's trying to play. Front of the square there. Picks up 1, gets off the mark. And if they can, don't need to don't need to look for boundaries that much, because as we've seen in the past, these two run quite well between the wickets. Absolutely no rush whatsoever to try and overhaul the total. Good ball there from Huzaifa. Well left by Geoffrey Kakaire. The total that they are chasing affords them not to have to play and look to score off every ball. But after that first over, 5 runs on the board. 4 coming in that Huzaifa over. $75 more runs required. And 114 balls. Augustine Mujuni now tasked with coming to bowl from the highway end, usually used in the middle overs as a partnership breaker. Well flicked there by Amidi Ochaya. The rest is on, and the ball wins that one, crossing the boundary for the first boundary of this ranches in swinger, but pitching on the leg side. Amidi Ochaya using his bat to guide it down. Fine leg. Fine leg now sent back. Called back. He was being sent to the boundary. Changed their mind. Brought him back in the 30. Third man is out and long on as boundary riders. The required 3 runs already achieved with the first ball of the second over. Trying to play it, but that ball wrapping the gloves of Amidi Ochaya. Such generosity will be much appreciated by the men in red and black, Mt.Satima, protecting a small total. Augustine Mujuni drifting down the leg side. 2 back-to-back extras there. Needs to come in a little bit more tighter, try to attack the stumps more. Ball that ball because it is swinging back in. And a better line there on the offside this time round. Five wides there, as indicated by umpire Hope Tendika. The boundary and the wide resulting in 5 runs there. A very expensive over from Mujuni, and you feel that bowling that in swing, it should approach the crease a little bit wider, but bowling very, very close to the stumps, and that is much better there. Oh, still unable to find the good length there and line Mujuni. And such overs are quite deflating, coming at the top of the innings, because he's bowled 3 balls so far, considered 11 already. That ball having brushed something on its way to the wicket keeper, as not indicated as wide, but the struggle to find the line continues for Augustine Mujuni. Cut and powerfully there. Second boundary there. He missed there as the batters were almost caught quick turning by the non-striker Inamidi Ochaya, almost resulting in a run out there of Geoffrey Kakaide, but a wayward throw results in that opportunity not being taken. A pretty expensive over there from Augustine Mujuni. 3 coming off that last ball, as there is quick running in between wickets by Amidi. 18 coming off Mujuni's first over. 24 for no loss after 2 overs. But Huzaifa will continue from the highway end. Huzaifa now left with the cleaning up job to try and bring this innings back into the favor of the men in white and red, Mt.Kirimannjaro. They have been in this spot once before, and as the only unbeaten side, you feel that they still have plenty to offer in this contest. Back of a length delivery, but straying outside the tram lines there. They have been generous with the extras so far.
Some ropes there coming in from Adam Huzaifa. 4 runs coming off his first over, but you feel that they are leaking many. Mujuni's first over, the previous one, was a little more expensive. Many given away in that one. And now the equation clearly displaying it that it might be a matter of time, but Mt.Satima rate in control in this game. And for Kilimanjaro to pick a chance of remaining unbeaten, they will need to pick early wickets. And now that no ball call there. 55 only needed, and that no ball will make it even 54. That overstepping no ball coming in from Huzaifa Adams.
I will tell you, Ivan, that in each spell that Huzaifa has bowled in this tournament, those have been plenty. The foot no balls, something to work up with it, to work on with his run up. Otherwise, you cannot give out freebies.
The free hit goes unpunished like it was. Kakai trying to go hard instead of having his eyes on the ball, and it is the free hit that goes unpunished. The current run rate is 10 and required is only 3 every over for them to pick the win. 7 of 11 for Kakaire and Amid Ocha with 7 of 6, clearly telling you that the extras have been the leading run scorer so far in this game. Adam Muzaifa will be looking for the adjustments to bowl that good length. Run out chance, but that throw there from Raymond Kagera does not take a run out. He wasn't directing it to anything, he was just throwing the ball back, and in the end they take one by run.
Yes, Kagera not taking time to aim well, just returning that ball in the hope that probably it's within the stumps. And we have seen good running there between Ochaya and Kakaide. And you said the extras being the leading scorers so far in this match. And in that run-up, you saw Huzaifa starter, but then coming through and still bowling that. That is unbelievable from the young Pesa.
Yeah, he's failed to adjust, and now he's becoming very, very costly for his side, and he's going for many. Adam Muzaifa bowls a lot of raw pace that you would love to see, and it is now a free hit down the leg, and it's wide. It might roll onto the boundary, all the way to the boundary. 5 wides there added onto the total. Very, very expensively they are coming in from Adam Muzaifa.
Ivan, as we usually say, that this game might be ended through extras. Very generous there. You cannot blame the part-time keeper in Raymond Kageda. That line way down the leg side. And now the converging of heads telling Huzaifa to measure his run-up once again.
I don't think a run-up is measured during the match. This is something you're supposed to have done during training, and you've been practicing with it. So it will still be very hard for Huzaifa to adjust it. But I think he's really making it clear that after this over, he should be taken out of the attack. And now he tries to change to come round, but still the free hit stands.
Reminds me of that incident when Bumrah was returning and he was unable to use his run-up. Took some few balls before he could bowl that ball. Something happening here for Huzaifa, but like you said, something to work on in the nets. All what beautifully played there by Amidi Ochaya. That ball still angling in from the outside of leg, guides it on as it shuffles to the offside.
And it was a good looking ball there from Huzaifa. Adam, if you could continue bowling like that, maybe they will stand a chance of remaining unbeaten. But as it stands, current run rate 12 and required only 2. Mt.Satima is in very, very good control in this match. Slapping one away. There was a chance of that run out, but in the end, the overthrow giving them an extra run. Adadi Chiberu making a mess of it, and they even take the 3rd run. Very, very casual. This is not how you feel. Oh! All the players waiting and just standing to look at the ball as the batters do run and pick 5 of them. Those 5 many runs that have been given away will bring us to the end of the over, and the score already in the 40s. It's been cruising for Mt.Satima, and they are capitalizing on all the lapses. They will need 40 more for the win.
A losing of heads there between the fielders of Mt.Kirimannjaro. Wayward fielding resulting in plenty of extra runs to Mt.Satima. 39 runs after 3 overs is the score for no loss. Julius Okema will replace the bowler from the highway end. Augustine Mujuni bowled one and was taken for 18 runs in that solitary over. Some control needed there by Peter Ochen, the captain. Okema, the left-hander, starting off with one outside the tram lines there. 40 runs required in 102 balls, and it would take a massive collapse for Mt.Satima not to achieve victory and inflict the first defeat upon Mt.Kirimannjaro. Kilimanjaro have been generous and therefore no pressure whatsoever on the batters, and with such incidences everyone struggling with their line. The other time it was Satima versus Karisimbi, who were very generous, and now it is the turn of Kilimanjaro to pay back in kind. Plays to the back foot there, Kakaire. Not played cleanly there. Amid Uchaya 9 in 9, Kakaire 13 in 14. Required rate just at 2.22 per over. But for a better net run rate, you would expect Satima to try and wrap up this match quickly. That ball rising, bowled outside of the leg stump. Kakaide trying to play on the back foot. That ball finding some bounce and would have gone on to miss the stumps. Coming left arm over now. Kakaire now in the mood, lines that one up quickly. That ball bowled across his body, was in position quite early. Races to 20. Good pick up there from Kakaire. And that 6 brings up the 50-run mark for Mount. And that scare from Kakaire not taken by Augustine Mujuni running backwards. Opportunities. Trying to go again, but this time not middling it. The turnaround contributing to Mujuni not knowing where that ball is. But after 4 overs, it is 53 runs for no loss. .27 runs needed. In 96 balls, that will be Peter Ochen coming from his favored forest end. And they need to just use his pace to find the gaps, keep running hard as they have been doing in the previous 4 overs. Penultimate over of the power play. A chastising experience so far for the unbeaten side, Mt.Kirimannjaro. First ball there, and he is coming back for the second one. Thrown to the wrong end, and they pick up 2. The countdown firmly on. 25 more required for victory for Mt.Satima. This time now, Ochayanon taking the run, coming to the danger end. A fumble there from fine leg. Hit me ball there, ball by Peter Ochen. And Kakaire obliges. Balled wide and to back of a length. Good contact there, deposits it over the boundary rope for the maximum. Two wides there. Plenty of runs on offer there from Mt.Kirimannjaro, not having to do anything out of the extraordinary. That ball is hit and stays hit by Geoffrey Kakaire. Another maximum there. And Satima look to be in the mood to complete this game within the power play. One final ball to come from Peter Ochen. Has gone for 17 so far. It will be a lost ball there. 70 for no loss after 4.5 overs. Kakaire Geoffrey 35 in 22. And you feel that he will miss out on a half century with the required runs remaining being 10 for victory. Current run rate is 14.45. And the sooner this game is wrapped up, the sooner Kilimanjaro can be put out of their misery and have a conference to realize what went wrong today. 10 more runs to win this encounter. 2 hits there. Final ball of the over. Drop, and they are trying to run, but turned down by Amidi Ochaya. Peter Ochen's first goes for 17. In the same vein like Mujuni's went for 18. The bowlers being put to the sword, and now it is the turn of Jovan Komagum to replace the bowler at the highway end. And maybe this might be the fight back, but you feel that Mt.Satima well in control of this encounter. After 5 overs, the score stands at 70. 10 more required in 91 balls. Jovan Komagum tasked with putting the brakes on the scoring there. Defending such a small total, I would usually go for the aggressive approach. Bring in the close fielders. Starts off with a dot ball there. And Komagum will give you no pace whatsoever to work with. So you need to time that ball well. Opportunity to catch, but they will run for 1 there. 9 required there for victory for Mt.Satima. Good ball there from Komagum. Draws the man forward into a defensive shot. Flighted one there. And they pick up another single. A quiet over there so far from Jovan Komagum. Finding the gap. The effort from Okema in vain. And it is a boundary for their playing on the back foot. Amidi Ochaya creates room. Comfortable batting there from Mt.Satima. 4 runs required. 1 hit. Opportunity to catch, but not rounding his mitts. Komagum around that ball. .76 for no loss after 6 overs. Required is 0.29. Current run rate 12.67. Umpire Elizabeth Nachibule indicates the end of the power play. And Ronald Kato will take the ball. Four runs will see us complete this match. Ochaya goes over, covers, and they pick up 1. 3 required. John Paul Washwa, the bowler coming in from the Forest end. What a performance so far from Mt.Satima. And that will be that. 3 required but 4 picked up, and it is the end of the match. A 10 wickets victory for Mt.Satima. Geoffrey Kakaire using his feet well to get to the pitch of that ball. 1 bounce and the ball trickles over the boundary. Mt.Kirimannjaro testing defeat, and in such a spectacular fashion, from a team bouncing back from that loss to Karisimbi. It is Satima, the happier of the two, and will look to consolidate their position on this 6-team log. A look at the match summary has Peter Ochen, the lone standout batter, 51 in 38 for Mt.Kirimannjaro. Martin Boji 9 for 7, and Raymond Kagera 3 in 13. Great work there from Akram Subuga. Picks up 2 wickets for 15. Mitali Ethan, magical numbers, 2 wickets for conceding 6 in 3. Kakaire Jofle also picking up 2 for 24 in each 4. For Satima, Kakaire Jofre and Amidi Ochaya carrying their bats. Kakaire 37 in 26, Ochaya 19 in 15. Nothing to write home about for the bowlers, and it is a 10-wicket victory for Satima, who consolidate 3rd place. Kilimanjaro testing defeat, played 7, won 6, lost 1, and now their net run rate falling to 1.793. Satima played 8, won 4, lost 4, 8 points, 0.340 their run rate. Renzoli family on the bottom of those standings. The tournament will take a 2-day break and will return on Monday. My name is Solomon Lubwama Chigozi, and I've been taking you through the run chase. Coming up next will be the post-match presentation by Ivan Cyprian Sajabi. Good afternoon and be safe.
Mic check. Good evening and welcome to the post-match presentation of the second game on match day number 10 of the East African Safari. A clash between Mt.Satima and Mt.Kirimannjaro. And Mt.Kirimannjaro, for the first time in this tournament, testing defeat in their 7th game. And it was a 10 wickets victory going the way of Mt.Satima. But let me invite Peter Ochen, the captain for Mt.Kirimannjaro. What was the impact of the absence of the players that didn't show up today in this loss today?
Yeah, actually, it costed us on the side of batting because I was the only one who scored the runs, so that costed the team much.
You have Sanctuary going as though it wasn't a very big contribution, and how is the mood like in the camp?
Yeah, the boys are down, the shoulders are down because, of course, they didn't expect that, but it has happened, so we look forward to the next game.
Hard luck and go well.
Thank you.
And now let me invite Akram Musubuga, the captain for Mt.Satima. Akram, they have century there from Peter Ochen when he was there with Nathan. Was it some bit of a scare to your side?
Yes, but like we just said, let's just get to one side so that we don't give Ochen the strike. We get to one side.
Your team bouncing back to winning ways. What have you done better compared to the rest of the days?
I just encourage the boys so that we just forget about yesterday. We focus on today's game.
Congratulations and go well, Akram.
Thank you.
And now the player of match, a player who picked up 2 wickets and scored 37 runs in that run chase unbeaten. Geoffrey Kaka will get the award from Nachubule Elizabeth, the match umpire. Congratulations, Kaka, upon winning the award. What was the message like for you and your opening partner, Miri Ochaya, coming to chase down in no quick time?
Thank you. Our target was to come and first put that runs in the power play, but then the bowling side gave us many extras, so we used that advantage to come up with runs on the board.
Congratulations, Kaka, and go well.
Thank you.
We've come to the end of the post-match presentation. Tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday will both be rest days, and action will continue on Monday.